Yeah. Okay, so even in that definition that I just showed you guys about global warming, I'm sure it's not the most clear definition, is it? Because like, what is a greenhouse effect? So what do you guys think that the author assumed that we already knew in this definition?
The greenhouse effect.
So what it was, right? And so what could we do in order to know what the author wanted us to do?
Highlight upon?
Yeah, we could highlight. And what could we do with that word?
Search it.
Search it. Yeah, we could do research on it like we did. And then we got the definition, and so that kind of cleared it up a little bit. Okay, and so a way to do this is when you're reading a text, what we want you to do is go through and highlight parts of the text that you don't already know, like a definition, a concept. Like if you don't know it, just highlight it, come back to it. And this is something that you can ask yourself is, what did the author think that I already knew? And in order to answer that, you can say, I did not know, like in that past example, I didn't know the definition of the greenhouse effect. Or I was confused by what the author meant by a greenhouse effect. So whichever one you kind of feel like fits best for you or you're most comfortable using, you can use that. Or the author assumed I knew what a greenhouse effect was, or the author thought I already knew about the greenhouse effect. Okay, so we're gonna try this together, and we're gonna read a little passage about global warming. And while we go through, I want you guys to think about what you all don't know or what you think is confusing. Okay, does that make sense? Easy enough? Okay. So, with global warming, both of the poles are warming quite quickly. And this warming is causing ice to melt in both regions. When we think of ice melting, we may think of it melting from above, as the ice is heated from the air, from sunlight, or from infrared energy from the atmosphere. But in truth, a lot of the melting comes from below. For instance, in the Antarctic, the ice shelves extended from the land out over the water. The bottom of the ice shelf is exposed to the ocean, and if the ocean warms up, it can melt the underside of the shelf and cause it to thin or break off into the ocean. So in this little passage, was there a word or phrase or something that you guys found that you didn't know already? What?
Ice shelf.
Ice shelf? Okay, that's a good one. Anyone else? What did you think? Or would you not know?
I just remembered it.
You just forgot?
I just remembered what it was.
Okay. What, you remembered or you forgot?
I remember.
Okay, what is it? Oh, you remember. Okay, you got it. What did you not already know? Or you found confusing? Infrared energy. Yeah, see, okay, so I did this too, and I actually printed it out. So you could kind of see like what I'm gonna be having you guys do in a second. Okay, so as I was reading, I went through and I was infrared energy. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I've heard of that before. I don't know exactly what it is. So I highlighted it. And then I went through and I was like, well, maybe there's context from the passage that is going to help me to know what it means. And so as I was reading, it said right after, from the atmosphere. So infrared energy must be in the air around us, right? And then I saw also before, it causes ice to melt. So maybe it's something hot. And so like you use your context clues, like maybe it has something to do with that. And then, so this is what I ended up saying. So I was confused by the word infrared energy. The author thought I already knew what infrared energy was, but I didn't. And so after reading, I think that infrared energy is a source of heat that surrounds us in the air. And the author helped me understand this by telling me that it is above ground in the atmosphere and that it can melt ice. Does that kind of make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so what do you guys think that you can use that's like, so say you're reading an article. So besides the other words in the text, what else do you think you can use to help you understand a concept or a word that you may not already know? What do you think?